And we are live. Welcome everybody to Haas Demo Day Live. This is our second one. We appreciate you taking a few minutes of your day to join us. So today's going to be a little bit of a unique day. Instead of talking about machines like we normally do, we're going to be talking about tooling, specifically HaasTooling.com. Now, if you noticed, I've got my mask in my hand. If I wasn't on camera, I'd be wearing this. All our camera guys, everybody off the scene is wearing our masks. But of course, for this, we're going to have them off. Today is July 1st, which means that HaasTooling.com is live across the entire United States. We encourage you guys to log on right now, check it out while we're doing this live stream. And there's a coupon code for today. So the coupon code is GOLIVE, G-O-L-I-V-E, and that'll get you 10% off everything on the website, and that's good for today only. So make sure you get in there and check it out. A lot of tools on the tables, obviously. You can see them here. These are not all the tools that we're going to have. We're going to talk about a number of them, but every week we literally add several, in some cases, several hundred tools. So make sure you check it out every week, or better yet, go to HaasCNC.com, register for our emails, and every time we have something new, we'll notify you. We're going to talk about tools, we're going to do some cutting demos, and at the very end, you can see over my right shoulder here, we're going to talk about swag. Can't tell you guys how many times I've been asked, do you have t-shirts, do you have hats? We're finally going to have them. At the middle of July, we're going to have all these on the website. So stay tuned for that. Again, that coupon code is GOLIVE. Okay, so why are we selling tools? We've always sold machines. Well, we realized from our own experience in our machine shop, and we're going to talk to Ricky Gray, our machine shop manager, here shortly, that we can give our customers great tools at an affordable price. And the savings that we're able to garner with our large buying power, now we're able to pass those on to you. Same tools that we use in our factory, and again, Ricky will talk more about that here shortly. So, how do you get Haas tools? HaasCNC.com/tooling, or HaasTooling.com will get you directly there. The great thing about the website is you can buy all your tools, add them to a cart, and check out. It's like being on any e-commerce site. You can buy them all online directly. Or if you're buying a new machine, you can add the tools to the machine and actually finance the entire package. So two ways for you to get the tools. All right, before we get started, we've got a live chat going, so whether you're on HaasCNC.com or following us on YouTube, we encourage you to put questions or comments into the chat. And we've got a couple of guys that are monitoring the chat. Sal, you got them? We've got Marcus Imes on the right. He's monitoring it. He'll answer your questions. And on the left there is Andrew Harnett. You guys probably know him from many of our videos. He's going to bring questions in to me, and we'll answer them live as we go through this. All right, let's get started. We're going to be in a couple locations today. Obviously, we're going to be in front of all these tools. We're also going to be over here with somebody that you all know and recognize, Mr. Mark Terryberry from Tip of the Day.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to come over here to the VF3SS. And you probably recognize this man as well, Mr. John Nelson, Senior Applications Engineer. He's going to talk about all the testing that we've done on these tools. So again, thanks for being with us. Go on HaasTooling.com, check it out, put your questions and comments in, and Mark, I'm going to throw it to you. Mark's got a great demo for you. He'll talk about the demo, talk about the tools, and it's all yours.
Terrific. So I'm here in front of the UMC 500SS. And we're going to start the demo here in just a second as Sal gets into position to show what's actually happening inside the machine. Now, what's unique about the tools on the table and the holders that I've got here is that all these containers are empty because all these tools are in the machine. They asked for a demo on this machine using the tools from the website. So I just went to HaasTooling.com. I ordered up the aluminum mill kit. Got a whole bunch of end mills in the bags right here, and you can check that out yourself. And then I ordered up the tool holder kit. Now for this demo, I ordered up the 20-piece tool holder kit and grabbed all those guys, came with certain mill bodies, and let's go ahead and see the demo here. Nice. Okay. We could probably push this way faster, but but I'm a wimp. And so for this live demo, I'm running at just a couple hundred inches a minute here, quarter-inch depth of cut pass. What's kind of cool about these tools, and we'll talk about these again in a minute, is that they come in all different sizes. This is 1 mill body. Now this guy came in at 4-inch diameter, but I decided to go with the 2-inch shoulder mill with these great big inserts here because my part is smaller. This is kind of cool. This is a solid carbide, high performance M mill, came with the kit. It's running in the Haas holder. But again, I didn't run the 4-inch shoulder mill. I went with the 2-inch because my parts are smaller. And by going with that smaller shoulder mill, I was able to run it at 10,000 RPMs instead of 5,000 RPMs. So bigger is not always better, kind of depends on the part that you're running. So these guys right here, this is the part that we're running right now. Just a real simple part, but it's simple because I've got the UMC 500 here. Now you could build a special jig to run some of these features, but it'd kind of be a pain. What's happening here is we've got some tilting going on. Oh, actually, I want to show you guys this again in a second. So I'm going to pause this in a moment after it's done, and we'll show you again what's happening here. Some of the features on this part are at these funny compound angles. And so I programmed this kind of like I would for a VF3. Do a little tool change here. I program it like I would for a VF3, and then I added the special fancy 5-axis codes, G234 or G254. And we'll show you this once again. This is just a standard 1/2-inch end mill, and I'm putting these tiger claws on the side of the part at this 45-degree angle. And you can see that the tool is pulling up and out of the way in what would be the Z-axis. And so it's a cool code. All these codes make programming the Haas easy. The Z face is always tied to the part instead of the machine axes. And so you program it like you would a VF3, add in the fancy codes, and it adds in all the motion needed for clearance. So that's just one of the cool little things going on there. But again, I programmed those grip tool things on the side of the part using a standard 1/2-inch end mill, and we'll make videos on how to do that as well. But if you've got questions about the tools that we're using today, again, be sure to comment because we need those questions from you, the audience, so we can answer them soon. This guy's continuing to run. Oddly enough, we're running a drill right here, and I needed a drill earlier, and I stole it from the drill index over there. We'll talk about that in a second, so you can see some missing spots in our drill index because I needed some tools. So it was really nice to have these tools available in a kit where I could just use them for basically anything I needed. Another compound, 5-axis drilled hole here at an angle, fun stuff. In a moment, we're going to see the drills run, the larger drill, which is kind of cool. So today's whole presentation is all about the tools. And so the fact that we can buy these things right from the Haas website, oh, there it is right there. Our drill is just crushing it in there. And we'll let John Nelson talk about all those drills. But it was nice. I just grabbed the tools from the website, told them what I wanted, ordered them up, dropped them in, and ran them. Nice chamfer tool going through right now. This thing will finish up in a moment. Now, I also want to mention that we've got tools, shell mill holders and the arbors that go with them. We've got the standard end mill that I'm using right now. We've got the Haas holders that go with it. But what's happening is huge. This is no small venture. We've got whole rooms full of engineers working on this stuff, not just on the cutting tools, but I'm excited for everything that's part of this program. The vices that are on this machine, we'll show you in a second, are Haas vices. So here's a self-centering 5-axis vise. I'm using some low-profile versions in the machine right now. And so this is game-changing, right? And the reason I'm excited about it is because it matches a Haas machine. I was able to grab the vise that I wanted. We know that it fits on the UMC 500 or the 750 or the 1000. Bolts right on the side of the machine. I chose a shorter version for clearance issues, and it just worked. And so that's what I'm excited about. They've got a lot of projects they're working on, some type of quick lock systems. And again, even over in engineering, they're developing 0-point fixture tooling. And what's cool about that is right now we've got our engineers back at the factory. Some cool 5-axis stuff going on. We have engineers back at the factory right now integrating these 0-point fixtures into our rotary products. So there's no reason to stack your risers up this tall. If this type of fixturing is built into the Haas rotary, if it's built into the Haas machine, if it's designed specifically for the Haas machine, it's just going to give us a better product. And so they're putting in more and more automation into everything we do. It's Haas automation, right? And so it just makes for a better all-around package. I love seeing this thing switch around. Again, what do we got over here? All kinds of stuff. All the wrenches for the quick lock systems. This guy's finishing up here. Just 2 seconds here, we'll see some cool motion. Everything from the drills to the end mills to the shoulder mills all came from the HaasTooling.com website today. So be sure to check that out. And even the speeds and feeds, I grabbed them right from the Haas website. You just find the tool that you want. When I found the milling body that I wanted, I just clicked on the insert that matched that milling body and ordered them on up and everything fit. Here we go. This thing's finishing up here. I flipped it up and over because I don't want to splash myself spraying off the part. The one nice thing about a 5-axis machine. We'll take a look at this final operation on the machine, and you can take a look in the machine at those vices that I was talking about earlier. And all this stuff is in development. They're adding more and more products each and every day. And so we're using our own tools here in this demo, and we're using these tools in our own machine shop, which is why we're going to bring up our machine shop manager, Ricky Gray, right now to talk about his experience in our own shop. Come on, Ricky.
Hey, Mark.
I want to shake. I want to like fist bump or something. It's like, what do you do now? We don't.
Everybody.
Who knows? Nobody knows. So it's good to see you. I bug you all the time. I was bugging you last week about some tools. So tell us, what do you do at the shop?
Okay, so basically, I make sure that all the tooling that gets bought is the right stuff and the right stuff that we buy to make our parts.
There you go. So
been doing that for quite a while.
Quite a while. Yeah, exactly. You've been here a lot longer than I have. I feel like I just started. I've been here like 8-9 years.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So the tooling that we're using here, well, I guess to take a step back. So in the machine shop, we do a little bit of machining at Haas, right? We've got not one machine in a corner, but we've got how many?
Several hundred.
Yeah,
several hundred machines.
Hundreds of Haas machines, cutting parts each and every day. And so you can't have machine sitting. You can't fake it. You got to make parts.
No, yeah, we that's the thing. Spindle hours. That's how we get going. And if we don't have that, we're not making parts, so we can make the machines. So. Yeah,
exactly. So you've got the tools here now. A lot of these tools, I was told that even the ones that I'm running today, I was talking about the shoulder mill earlier, and you were like, "Oh yeah, it's great. It's cutting well on the shop floor." So you've been running these same type of mills in the shop?
Yeah, we run these on the big carousels, the tool changer carousels.
How long have we been running these tools?
Oh, some of the stuff's been here about 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So a lot of these tools that we're running, you've proven out in our own machine shop, and then what happened from there? How do we go from the Haas shop to HaasTooling.com? Right.
So what kind of happened is we wanted to generalize all the tooling that we were using in the shop. Every department had different. Everybody wanted their own tooling, so we went and we standardized everything throughout the shop, and it just kind of formed into where we are now. So we got a ton of testing, hundreds of hours, and not only that, applications as well.
So I'm a little bit embarrassed. So last week, the week before, I was calling up Ricky and I was telling him about one of these tools that I was using. No, it was a standard end mills. It's not the standard end mill. It's a high performance solid carbide end mills. And when I went to the website and bought my tool, I clicked on the link for feeds and speeds, and I'm like, I needed something else too. So I was already on the phone with you. But I'm like, these speeds and feeds are way too high.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing because he replied, he's like, did you run it? And I'm like, well, no, but I just know from experience that's too. And he's like, run the tool. So I ran the tools at the surface footage recommended on the Haas website that you guys have already gone through because you're already running it.
Yeah, we're running
production.
Yeah.
And it's kind of embarrassing. So I've been running my aluminum cutting end mills about half as fast as I could for one reason or another. So be sure to go check out the website, not right now, finish this video, and then go on the HaasTooling.com website, check out those end mills, those shoulder mills, and then look at the nice feeds and speeds that are already set up for us. So you ended up we ended up selling the same tools, so just management at Haas altogether decided that they're gonna.
Yeah. They just, when we got in a room to meet, they just said, hey, we want to be the go-to shop. Just put everything in one basket, machine, tooling, everything, and that's kind of how this all developed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken a few months, but
it's been going on for years with your testing of the product, and then more recently going for the tool. So it's fantastic. I want to shake your hand, but I don't want to. But it was like that.
Yeah.
But again, even your shirt, automate.
Yeah.
All the products that we're developing right here are just making the whole system automated. From buying tools to the automatic pallet loaders and machines. Thanks for all the work you did. It's making our job easier.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
So as we're moving on from our machine shop manager, who's been running these tools, he's using these same mills to cut the side mount tool changers today in our own machine shop that I'm using in this demo. But we're going to move from that side of things over to our senior applications engineer, John Nelson, and my friend and boss, Brian O'Fallon, and they're going to continue talking about what we've got for you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Ricky. Ricky, thanks for dressing up, buddy. We'll get you a collared shirt when the swag goes live. All right, we're going to talk about tools. Now, we keep emphasizing affordable, but we also want to emphasize high quality. And as we go through here, John's really going to talk about that. A couple other small details. At the moment, these are available in CT only. Later, we will have BT available, but for now, it's only CT. Another thing, I think I mentioned this at the beginning, if you order $99 or more, you get completely free shipping. So if you have any ideas after you've watched this for tools or kits, I've got an email for you, customersupport@haascnc.com. Shoot us an email, tell us what you think you'd like to see, and we will definitely consider it. All right, let's come around, let's take a look at some kits.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with the 10-piece kit. The part number is 080002. Don't expect you to remember that, but John, talk a little bit about this, please.
So this 10-piece cat tool holder kit comes with 3 of the ER collet chucks we get in the 4-inch gauge length. So you get one ER32, one ER25, and one ER16 in the 4-inch length. Then you get 2 more ER32 collet chucks in the standard 2.5-inch length, these 2 here. You get one 3/4-inch diameter arbor, one 1-inch diameter arbor, and then 2 3/4-inch end mill holders and one 1-inch end mill holder in the 10-piece kit. The kit also comes with a full set of collets, so you get a set of ER16 collets, ER25 collets, and ER32 collets. It's got the collet wrenches and a set of 10 pull studs that come with that. Now this kit's available in standard and TSC versions, and really the only difference between those two is that if you order the TSC version, you're going to get TSC pull studs instead of the standard pull studs.
Okay, let's move over just a couple of feet. Kit number is 08-0004, and this is a 20-piece kit.
20-piece kit, very much the same as the 10-piece kit. All of these things here in the back row are what comes in the 10-piece kit. Additionally, we give you 2 more ER32 collet chucks in the short gauge length. You get 1 more ER32 in the 4-inch gauge length, 1 more ER25 in the 4-inch gauge length, 2 more ER16s in the short versions. You get 2 more shell mill arbors. Both of those will be in the 4-inch gauge line. And then you get 1 more 1-inch end mill holder and 1 more 3/4-inch end mill holder. It also comes with a full set of collets, right? We've got the 16s, the 25s, and the 32s here, but you get an additional set of 32 ER32 collets that go with that kit. Again, the wrenches come with the kit as well as the pull studs, and again, the kit is available in TSC and non-TSC versions.
That was impressive. You never even looked at your cards. All right, let's move over. Hey, I want to cover something here real quickly. We've been asked a number of times on the chat, where are the tools made? So it's made in several countries: USA, Turkey, India, Israel, China, Taiwan, and Korea, South Korea. So just wanted to get that out of the way since so many people are asking.
Vendors all over the world.
All over the world. Let's move on to another kit. So this is an ER Call-It kit, 08-0012. Talk about this if you would.
Yeah, so it's a 10-piece kit, and it's all ER collet chucks. So you're getting a one of each of the 4-inch length. Here's the ER32, ER25, and ER16 in the 4-inch length. You also get 2 more ER32s in the short stubby length, 2 more ER16s in the short length, and then 3 more, these were the ER25s. You get 3 more ER32s that come with that kit. The kit also comes with a full set of collets, the 16s, 25s, and 32s, and the pull studs to go with those. Again, available in TSC and non-TSC.
So, Sal, if you could, can you come in on this tool? I keep saying high quality, but as I mentioned before, we really want to talk about why these tools are high quality. So we've got a tool here. Can you talk about this one, please?
Yeah, so what really makes a quality tool starts in the factory, right? If they're using good materials and they have excellent machines making those tools, you're going to get good tools. CNC cutter grinders and CNC grinders making the tool holders. If you could zoom in on this and see some of the surface finishes, that's such a beautiful tool. These are really fantastically made. But the key then obviously is going to be that these tools have a very low run out. The TRR is excellent on them. All of those things make quality tools, and these tools match all of those specifications.
Great, thank you. Now we're going to move away from kits for just a moment here. And actually, we're going to stop for a moment. Andrew's got a question that's coming in live. If you would, Andrew.
Maybe I should unmute myself.
Yeah, that would help.
Just first up, thank you everyone for joining us. We're over 300 people in the stream from all over the world. I'm going to just give a couple shout outs here. Pittsburgh, PA, France, Michigan, India, Australia, St. Petersburg, South Carolina, Chile, Vietnam, Florida, Mexico, Georgia, Canada, Bosnia, Oregon, and Tennessee, and there's way more than that. And also don't forget that the Go Live coupon code gets you 10% off everything that we're selling online right now. So we got a bunch of questions. Marcus is doing a great job answering them, but Dieter Roth, I guess, asked, is there going to be BT30 tooling available?
Yes, absolutely. BT is on its way, as well as metric tools. Right now, today, we went live in the United States. We have only CT tooling as far as tool holders and only inch size tools at this time. But as we said earlier, every week we'll be rolling out more tools.
Okay, so what I did here, we're going away from kits for a little bit. I kind of went through the website and every category, and I hope you guys are doing the same thing, haastooling.com. I know I keep saying that, but and I selected some tools from every category. And then we chose a couple of tools before we started this morning that John really wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the insert drills. We're carrying 2 different kinds of insert drills, right? Your standard insert drill, there's an inboard and an outboard insert on these 2 drills, and they drill a specific hole to a specific size. They start at 3/4 of an inch and go up to 1.5 inches. We carry these in 3 times diameter length and 5 times diameter length. The other thing I wanted to mention were these modular drills. The modular drills take this insert that goes in the end, and you can swap out different size inserts in these particular modular drills. You can shop on the website and see what's available for each different size modular drill. But with one body, you can drill, depending on the size, a couple of different size holes, or step up to the next modular drill if you need to step up. These start in the, I guess it's 13 millimeters, a little bigger than a 1/2 inch, and then go all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. And then holes larger than that, you step up to the 2 insert drills. The third tool we wanted to specify here is this octagon shaped insert shell mill. These things are fantastic. We did all the testing on this, and this particular shell mill cut all of the materials that we tested, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it cut them so well. This ripped aluminum, and it also ripped the alloy steel that we tested. It's a fantastic all-purpose shell mill body with the octagon inserts, meaning 8 cutting edges per insert. Fantastic tool, I just love it.
Cool, thanks. All right, let's get back to kits. It may be the most popular, it's definitely one of the most popular, aluminum end mill kit, 08-0020.
So 50 end mills in the kit. All of these are 3 fluters. They're all designed to cut non-ferrous materials, primarily aluminum, and they rip. I promise you these tools will remove aluminum like you wouldn't believe. The kit comes, like I said, 50 cutters. We start at 1/8 of an inch, then we have 3/16, 1/4 inch, and 5/16. You get 5 each of those. And then when you step up to the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch size, you get 10 of each of those. And then the larger 5/8 and 1 inch, you get 5 each of those, for a total of 50. A fantastic starter set of end mills for cutting aluminum. You know, you can save a ton of money by buying in bulk, by buying this kit on end mills that you're going to use in your shop. This is a fantastic starter kit for any job shop that cuts a lot of aluminum.
Okay, one more kit. This is obviously a pull stud kit. This is 08-0015. This happens to be a TSC pull stud kit.
Yeah, so the pull stud kits that we have are available in non-TSC style pull studs. You get 100 in the kit. You can get 100 TSC pull studs. And we also have another kit that's 50-50, 50 TSC pull studs and 50 non-TSC pull studs. And what I wanted to point out about these pull studs, you know, you asked again, what makes a quality tool? Well, when you look at this, when I pick it up and I feel it and see that there's no sharp edges on this thing, there's no tool marks at all. I can't see any tool marks. The grind on these things are beautiful. These are fantastic tools, made very, very well, and I think you're going to be very happy with these products.
Great. Okay, we're going to step away from tools for 1 second. John, you want to head out?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do next is John Nelson's going to go to the VF3SS, and I stated at the beginning that I think I did anyway, all these tools, we didn't just buy them and resell them. We've done extensive testing on all of these, and John, I'd like you to talk about that. Take it away.
Thanks, Brian. So what I'm going to show you is we're going to run a demonstration of the cut test that we did on the solid carbide end mills. Today we're going to run a 3/4 inch 4-flute. Some tools are put on the website, but I'm going to close the doors and get this thing running. Now, while that's running, I'm going to talk a little bit about the testing that we did on these things. So we set this particular demonstration up so that the length of cut was 1.5 times the cutter's diameter. So it cuts around the outside 1.5 times the diameter, and then it's going to cut a pocket. You can see here's a sample that I've got. It's going to cut this pocket, again, 1.5 times diameter, and then it's going to cut a full slot in this piece in the x-axis and another full slot in the y-axis, and those full slots are 1 diameter deep. So that's a 3/4 inch end mill. Those slots are 3/4 of an inch deep, and the periphery and the pocket are 1 inch, 125 deep. So that's the cut test that we did on the solid carbide end mills. Our philosophy in testing these cutting tools was really to set up the speed and feed of the cut right in the middle of the suggested speed and feed from the manufacturer. So we took that right in the center and ran those tools right there. We figured if it doesn't run good in the middle of the speed and feed range, then you might have a problem dialing in. But if it does run good right in the middle of that speed and feed range, you'll be able to run your application right away, and then it'll be easy for you to optimize that by speeding it up or slowing it down, whatever you need to do for your application. So we wanted to make sure that these tools all cut really, really well. And all the tools that we're putting on our website definitely pass these tests. You can tell a lot about a cut by the sound of the cutter and also by looking at the chips. So we videotaped every cut that we did on these tests, and we saved the chips from every test cut we did. We put a bag and a tag on every test cut we did and saved those for reference. Also, we created a custom VPS template to program these. So for each type of cut, whether it was a shell mill, end mill, drill, we created a custom VPS template where the operator would enter the unique tool ID, the size of the tool, the number of flutes on the tool, all the cutting parameters that he wanted to do, and we generated new code each time we ran every test. Not only did that VPS template create the tool path for the code, but it also, the VPS template also had deprint statements inside of the code. Frank, I think you've got a deprint image to put up on the screen. So you can see from this image that we recorded the time and the date of the cut. We recorded the diameter of the tool and the number of flutes and all of the things about the cut. We also recorded the spindle load from the machine and the axis load from the machine. So within that program, we calculated the material removal rate of that cut. We calculated the horsepower required for that cut, and we calculated the torque for that cut. All of this deprint information was then uploaded to Excel spreadsheets so that we could analyze the cut. Along with the deprint statements, we added an M109 in the code. Frank, I think you've got one of those images. So M109 is a code in the Haas control that allows you to program a stop in your program, and execution of the program won't continue until the operator actually goes in and answers a question. So we set up an M109 with 4 different questions in most of these templates. And we asked, did this cut chatter? And the operator responded yes or no. We asked if the insert edges were still sharp or if they were chipped or dull. Answer that question. We asked what the chips look like. We put up an M130 image. Frank, I think you've got another slide there. M130 allows us to display an image on the control screen or a video, but in this case we displayed an image that had 4 different types of chips. So we wanted the operator to describe what the chips looked like in the cut. So he answered one of those M109 questions with a number that corresponds to this image that we had. So using this, we were able to gather a ton of information about those cuts. We tested every tool, and we continue testing tools as we're adding them to our machine, but we tested every tool in 6 different materials. So our low carbon steel was 1018. Then we had an alloy steel, we used 4140. The stainless steels, we used a softer, gummier 316 stainless, and then a harder 410 stainless. We also tested all these tools on cast iron as well as aluminum. The aluminum that we used was 6061, and the cast iron was class 30 gray cast iron. So we tested every tool in these 6 different materials. Let's see. I wanted to give you guys some statistics of the number of tests that we did. We ran 12 different shell mills and ran those with 20 different types and grades of inserts that were available. So we had a total of 509 test cuts for shell mills. We ran 10 different insert drills and had 16 inserts in those different drills, giving us 55 individual test cuts, and we tested 3 times diameter and 5 times diameter deep on those drills. For the carbide drills, we tested 12 different carbide drills for 129 different tests, 20 holes in each drill. Now, if we can get a look, here's a piece of cast iron, a piece of 410 stainless, a piece of aluminum, and a piece of 316 stainless with some holes and tapped holes in them as an example of the kinds of tests that we ran. In the tapping tests we did 9 different tap sizes for a total of 60 tests. We tapped 20 holes with each tap, and we went 2 times diameter deep for those taps. Had an excellent result from all of these tools, and I just can't say enough about what quality these are, how much I enjoy how well these tools are doing. Looks like I'm getting a signal about a question coming in on the chat.
You bet, John.
What do you got?
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We're over 400 viewers right now. So there's a 1,000 questions here, but Archie Jacobs asks, are there tool definitions for Fusion 360?
Yeah, so we've uploaded currently all the tools that are available on the website to Fusion 360 Autodesk, and they have put that tool library into their CAM system. So as you're creating a project in Fusion 360, you can select the Haas tool library, and all of the tools that we currently have available are there for you to select, and it'll give you the speeds and feeds right in the middle of the range in each of those libraries. So it'll auto-populate your speed and feed for those tools. And as we release more tools, we'll be uploading more data to Autodesk so that they can include that in Fusion 360. Okay? All right. I'm going to show you a couple of things about the Haas website for tooling. That's haascnc.com/tooling or haastooling.com. And let me just get on the web page here. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to point out that here you've got mill tooling, and when I click on this is a pretty self-explanatory what you might be looking for, right? End mill holders, ER collet chucks, shell mill holders. What I really wanted to point out was, I'm sorry, let me go back here, was under the carbide tooling, I'm going to select these end mills, excuse me, and as we get this list of end mills coming up, you'll see there's a ton of end mills here. So the way I like to shop for these things is to use the filters over here on the left side of the screen. I usually go right to the diameter I'm looking for, 1/2 inch, let's say 4-flute end mill, and I got 2 choices, right? See, I got the high performance. One is a 1 1/4 inch length of cut, and the other is a 2 inch length of cut. Now the end mill that I just used over there was the 3/4 version of this tool, but I'm going to click on this 1/2 inch tool and show you that the specifications of the tool are right up here in the tool name, so you can see what you're looking at. Down here we've got the technical specifications for the tool, all the things, right? Length of cut, helix angle, weld-in style, is there a chamfer on the corner? Any of that stuff will be specified over here in the technical specs. Obviously you've got the drawing over here. There's a tab up here for cutting video, so if I click on that, there's a video that I can watch, and it's got the exact cut parameters that we did when we tested that tool. Over here in the gallery I can get a couple of more images of that tool. But the cool thing I wanted to point out is over here on the overview tab, here's where the speeds and feeds are listed. So we're going to look here and see that this tool, this is for the 4-flute variable pitch speeds and feeds, and you've got your standard materials over here, so you can take a look at this and see how, what your cut depth and diameter require, and choose the right speed and feed for that diameter of tool. And then down below here are the material grades, so you can kind of get an idea of where you need to be looking in this chart up here, where you've got your P, M, K, S, and H for the different types of materials. So that's where you...
Good. Sorry about that, guys. So our little website test, we crashed the system.
We closed the browser, and close the streaming software. So we're all set.
We're all set. So we had a couple of things. Already since we started this live stream, we've had a bunch of orders. Want to remind you of the coupon code, GOLIVE, GOLIVE, You can probably spell that without me doing it for you. 10% off, and we've got a ton of people on the site, and we've already threatened our IT guys with, we're gonna have so many people on, we're gonna crash the site, so see if you can do it. Real quick, couple more things. We're getting asked continuously, who's making these tools for you? We've got top quality vendors from all over the world, not gonna name them by name, but do us a favor, go on the site, get a couple end mills if that's where you wanna start, and just try them. You'll see that they're great tools, they're quality. I can talk all day long. Try a couple tools. Okay, so we brought Mark back for a specific reason. This is what we're calling our, I don't know, coming soon category. So these are not on the website yet, but some of the things that Mark was getting excited about this week as we ramped up for this, and I'm gonna let you talk.
So this was killing me. So I've had these tools in this demo for a week or two, and I kept asking for more, right? So the one thing I hate about HaasTooling.com right now, the one thing, right, is that I'm like, well, do you have this? Do you have that? I want more. Everything I've tried so far has been great, but like I programmed those like little tiger claw things on the side of that part, and then I just saw today that we're carrying this chamfer tool here. And so I could have done the exact same feature with this chamfer tool, and just come in with a regular, straight down motion and just cut the side of those, details easily. And when I ordered up an end mill, I got this great big end mill for a different job, and I said, well, how am I gonna hold it? I need do you have a milling chuck or something like that? We don't sell something like that. And they said, well, we do, you just haven't seen it yet, because I'm not on that side of the testing. I'm just the button pusher on the machine side. And so then they handed me a milling chuck. And so things are coming up faster than I can ask for it, and I'm excited about that. So I'm really excited, not what's in the machine right now, but what's not in the machine, what's not on the website. One of those things actually was the indexable drills that we were talking about. I was talking with John Nelson about that. And when I needed a drill for the demo, he's like, okay, use this one. And he's like, well, wait a second, don't use this one, use this one. I'm like, why? He's like, because that one cut oversized, or this one walked. I'm like, and that's exactly what I want to hear from somebody who's testing tools, about all the tools that did not make it onto the website, all the tools that we rejected. And so that just gives me more confidence. And again, moving forward, just really excited about the commitment that Haas has made to growing this entire venture. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger. Again, 2 weeks ago when I was doing my demo, I asked for a small indexable, and they had some shoulder mills, some face mills, beautiful stuff. I used those. And then coming here yesterday, this is what I wanted right here, and they've already got it in testing. So this insert right here would be wicked for steel, high ramp angles. I love small indexables. I don't know why, just the type of parts that I cut. And so again, small indexables, just ripping tools, my chamfer tool. And then I started seeing all the varieties of lathe tooling that they were testing right now. And so just a whole bunch of different tooling coming down that road that's gonna up on the website. And even these guys, I didn't see this guy until this morning. A small ID grooving tool for the lathes, the insert spot drills, and the index for the drills was kind of nice, and I didn't have a drill. I had one for steel, not for aluminum. I wanted to do something special. Had to be a certain size, and sometimes you just need a drill index for those kind of prototype jobs. And so I was excited to see that they had this index here so I could steal some tools from it. So again, just excited not only about what Haas has, but what Haas has coming. And in fact, we've got a lot of other things coming. We'll pass it on back to Brian in the swag shop.
Yeah, this is probably the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Every trade show I've been to, every customer shop I've been to, how can I get a Haas t-shirt? Give me a Haas t-shirt. Do you have hats? Guess what? We're gonna have them. Middle of July, and we'll announce it with emails on social media. Keep checking back. We're gonna have swag. So you see behind me, we got a ton of t-shirts. We got short sleeve, we've got long sleeve, hats. I guess I'm standing in front of them, which is a bad idea. So Haas logo hat, different kind of Haas hat. The always popular camo Haas hat. These will probably sell out in no time. Haas beanies. No, I'm not putting it on. We got knew something would go wrong today. We got a Haas pen, cool little pen. Different kind of water bottles and cups, all kinds of cool stuff. And again, just like the tooling, this is going to be growing and growing and growing. Check back often. We've even got, who doesn't need a Haas clock? All right, one more time, haastooling.com, haascnc.com/tooling. The coupon code is GOLIVE, GOLIVE. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. Thanks for tuning in. And I want to thank John Nelson, Mark Terryberry, Andrew, Marcus. Thanks for joining us. We're out.
If you run CNC machines, then you need cutting tools. Quality cutting tools at a reasonable price. That's where Haas Tooling comes in. Now CNC machines aren't the only thing Haas offers you. Using our massive buying power, we are able to purchase cutting tools in bulk, and we're passing those savings on to you. On haascnc.com, we've made it more convenient than ever to get the cutting tools you need. Just navigate to the Haas Tooling menu and choose the category of tool you need. All the specs you need for every tool are listed, and we even have videos of cutting tools with all the cutting data. So anytime you need to refer back to specs or cutting data, it's all just a few clicks away. And of course, the prices are all right there, just like every Haas product. Each tool has been tested by Haas application engineers, and we've tested these same tools in our own state-of-the-art machine shop for years. Every tool is Haas tested. Ordering these tools has never been easier. Select your tool, add them to your cart, and when you're ready, check out. All the tools come directly from the Haas factory, so we can process your order and ship them immediately. And if you're thinking about a new CNC machine, you can add tooling like you would any machine option. Now you can have your machine completely tooled up and buy or finance in one package. Haas Tooling. Quality tools, reasonably priced, and Haas tested.